Well, it's bright and early. Time to get to work. Right?
Yeah.
Let's go. Right now we're heading over to the hay field to get the tractor hooked up to the disc, fueled up and ready to go, so that after we come home and eat breakfast, everything will be ready for me to get started disking. The goal today is to finish the first pass with the disc, and it looks like it's gonna rain in a couple days, so after that storm passes through, we'll be able to get the second pass done. I only anticipate this taking a few hours this morning, and I'm not really sure where the day is gonna go after that, but we're gonna be doing something. That's what's going on today on Farmertylerranch. Ready?
Yeah.
It's gonna be loud. Cap off. There.
Good.
Put it up here so we don't lose it, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
Now that I've got everything hooked up and ready to go, we're gonna go get some breakfast. Breakfast is over now, so I'm gonna jump on the tractor and try to get this field finished. You guys have seen a lot of disking footage here recently, so I'm not gonna show much, if anything, today, but I will pick the camera up when I'm all done. In total, it took me about 7 or 8 hours to disc this field, which is somewhere around 35 acres, I'm guessing. And that's just to get it over at one time. I do plan to come back and disc it a second pass, but we are supposed to get some rain in the next couple days. And what I would like to do is let it rain, disc it again, and then float it. At that point, it'll be ready to plant. So for now, we're just kind of waiting with the hay field, but that's all right. We got plenty of other things to do. So because of the fact that it's gonna be a couple days before I get back out here on the tractor, I am gonna move this back home because for one, I won't be using it here, but for two, I need it because I wanna start feeding out some more of the big bales, and they're just a little bit too much for the 8N to carry out into the pasture. Putting the spear on the front is easy. You guys have seen me do that before, but I would like to use my 3-point bale spear on this tractor as well. And this, since it is a significantly bigger tractor than what I already had, the 3-point hitch is a category size bigger, which means that it needs bigger pins. So I've got a few choices. I could just put the 3-point spear on there and let it rattle around, which will get on my nerves. Or I can possibly put sleeves over the pins on the 3-point spear so that they fit in there more tightly. Not sure if I have the sleeves that I need to do that or not. If I did, they'd be in here. There might be one there. I've got this one that fits. Problem is, I've only got one of them, so we need a different idea. My third potential solution to this problem is to try to rob the pins off of my ditcher here. These are the larger size that I would need. I'm not sure if the shank size is the same though, so I think what we'll do is just take these off and bring them over to the ranch and just see if it's all gonna work. If it does, that's great, we'll do it. And if it doesn't, then we'll just have to go to the option that I like least, which is letting that spear rattle around on there. Before we start messing around with any of that, I need to go back and get my truck, which means I need to see if my chauffeur is available. Thanks for the ride. We're back. Let's see if we can't get those pins off. Ooh, that doesn't really fit in there. Well, pretty easy with an impact wrench. Might need a hammer as well. What? Those are gonna fight the whole way. Whoops, there it goes. Boy, I just can't help but think that the shank on the pin here is gonna be too big to fit in that bale spear. I don't know, we'll try it. My goodness, that one is, it's in there. I'm not still, oh, I am goofing the threads up. How does this, are you kidding me? That's not good. Man, I did not think this hammer could harm those threads, but it looks like I was wrong. I think I got it started. It's going. It's just like a built-in lock nut now, pretty much. Okay, so guess I won't be pounding on that without the nut anymore. Okay. I think I quit pounding on it soon enough that these threads will be all right. Because yeah, I can get them on by hand still. They're a little tighter than they once were. Okay. So I think what happened is you can see the face of my hammer is tearing off and underneath that is metal. So I probably caught it with the metal. It might be time for a new dead blow hammer. I've been pretty rough on this thing. But you know, it was a bargain at Harbor Freight, so what do you expect? I'm becoming painfully aware that I need some sort of a toolbox on this tractor, and hopefully I can think of a way to rig one up that won't involve any permanent modifications. But I think I've got all the tools that I need to swap the pins out on the bale spear. I'm not sure what size those nuts are, but I figure if the shanks are the same size, then the nuts should be the same size as what they are on the bigger pins, if you follow my train of thought. So yeah, I think we're gonna be all right if this will even work. So it looks like the shanks on the pins are indeed the same size, which is awesome, but that bale spear is so awkward to work on. I think I've got an idea of how to make it easier. There. Yeah, those look like the same diameter to me. We're gonna try it. Put these in here, I guess. Oh, these are up right now. Kind of inconvenient. Can we push them down? Oh yeah. As many of you know, we just got back from a trip day before yesterday, and while we were gone, I had the bulls here in the big corral because this was just the best place to keep them, long story short. But I want to get them back where they belong now, but that just so happens to be where the cows are at. So in order to kind of do this shuffle, first I want to put the bulls here in the working corral to just hold them while I get the cows moved over where I want them, and then I can get the bulls put back where I want them. And actually, it would be smart of me to go ahead and put the bales out for the cows before I let them out there, because I've tried putting bales out when they are out there with me, and it gets dangerous trying to get the net wrap off, and you've got all those cows swarming the bales. So yeah, that is the best order to do this. First, we got to catch these guys. Ooh, it's a little rusty. So I have this thought, like, if I open this gate, that little boy and the Bismarck bull will just walk right in here. They may not, but it looks like they may. Come on, boys. Look at that. You guys are awesome. And while they're picking at the little bits of grass that are sitting there, we'll open this other gate, and maybe Rivet will also cooperate. Well, just as I say that and come back here to open the gate, Rivet got it figured out. Okay, that was a lot easier than I was anticipating. You guys are pretty awesome, you know that? I'm just so happy with them right now. I thought this job was going to involve chasing them around, trying to get them to go in there. And you know, with bulls, anytime you try to nudge them anywhere, they interpret that as an invitation to just start fighting with each other and make the process about 10 times harder. So that couldn't have worked out better. So the plan is to put 2 big bales out here in the middle field, and then for the next few days or so, we'll just use these 2 front pastures to kind of rotate back and forth to set out bales for bale grazing. What I mean is that what I'll do is lock them in the front pasture so I can drive out here, drop some bales, and then the next day I'll lock them in the middle field so I can drive out to the front field, and we'll just keep going back and forth like that. Not only is it more convenient for me to set out bales in this way, but it also keeps the cows off of the back pasture. This is key because it goes into an idea that I had this year, and that is after I wean the calves and keep them locked in the little corral for maybe a week, just to make sure that the weaning process is complete, I would like to try to turn them out onto that back pasture, so not only will they have an unlimited supply of hay that I provide for them, but they'll also have pasture that they can go out and eat as well. Each one of these big round bales weighs approximately 1,000 pounds, maybe more, maybe less, hard to say. At any rate, each bale would be approximately what I would feed the cows in one day. They've got 2 of them here, so by my calculations, you might have to check the math, but it should be enough for 2 days. You can see these other areas on the ground where they've had bales in the past and they've left a lot of hay on the ground. This is all by design. If you've been watching the channel, I guess I'm sounding like a broken record to you about now. But what's different about these big bales than what I'm pretty sure these were, if I remember right, is that the big bales are 3-way forage mix, and these bales that have already been fed out here were triticale. Now this matters because 3-way is comprised of oats, wheat, and barley, all of which are annual grasses that will sprout in the spring and the cows will be able to graze. The triticale, on the other hand, does not make a viable seed, so we will still get the potential benefits of like feeding the microbes and improving the soil, but I don't expect any plant regrowth to happen where the triticale bales were grazed. Cows are happy. Let's go get these bulls back where they belong. Okay, this one's still open. That one's closed. Halfway. See if they figure it out. What they need to do, and I've seen them do it before, is just come through this way, make a U-turn, and go right back out that way. We'll see. What do you think, boys? You got that figured out? Rivet, why are you giving me the evil eye? You guys, really? I know. You're not the problem. The big guys are blocking your way. Come on, boys. There you go. There you go. There we go. Okay, go. He don't care about a paddle. Come on, guy. There's plenty where you're going. Well, go figure. They came into that pen way too easy. They had to make up for it, and they did. As I'm feeding the cows more and more hay, it just starts making a lot more sense to wean the calves, because when I'm feeding them all together like what I'm doing now, you can pretty well guarantee that the cows are overeating and the calves are probably not getting quite as much. So I'm thinking that probably in the coming week is going to be the time to wean the calves, which means the cows and the calves are going to get separated. The calves will go into the little corral for about a week, and then I'm hoping, if the weather allows, to turn them out into the back field as well. The bulls at this point will be able to go back in with the main cow herd. The reason that they've been separated now is so that they don't accidentally breed one of the calves, but since the calves won't be out there anymore, there's no harm in putting them in there. So that is the reasoning behind all of this moving around. I know it seems like a lot and it's kind of a hassle, but we're on small acreage, so this is just what we have to do. Well, I'm running out of daylight again, so I guess we better call it here. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.